Hello everybody. In the present lecture, we shall discuss the Abel's test for checking the convergence of an arbitrary series. And we have a particular type of arbitrary series which can be decomposed into one series and another sequence. That means the arbitrary series which we have is the product of a series and a sequence. Okay, and what is the property of that series? If summation n is any series which is convergent and Bn is a sequence which is monotonic and bounded. Monotonic and bounded means either monotonically increasing or monotonically decreasing, whatever may be, but it must be bounded. Then this series summation n Bn is convergent. Okay, so let us prove it. Suppose we are given Bn, as we are given that Bn is monotonic, okay, and bounded. Monotonic and bounded. So definitely it must be convergent because every monotonical increasing sequence which is bounded above converges to its least upper bound, and a monotonically decreasing sequence which is bounded below converges to its greatest lower bound. As Bn is monotonic and bounded, therefore it must be convergent. Okay, it implies Bn is convergent to say B. But if it is monotonically increasing, then B must be the least upper bound, and if it is monotonically decreasing, then B must be the greatest lower bound. So both of the cases we write over here. B is greatest lower bound of sequence Bn if Bn is, I should write this upper arrow for monotonically increasing, right? And greatest lower bound if monotonically decreasing. Least upper bound of Bn if Bn is monotonically increasing, right? If it is decreasing, monotonically decreasing, then it must be the greatest lower bound, and if it is increasing, then it must be the least upper bound. Okay, let us now construct some another sequence. Suppose un is any other sequence which is constructed with the help of this B and this Bn. Okay, see, if this B is the least upper bound of Bn, that it must be the greatest element or the greatest among all these Bn, and if it is the greatest lower bound, then it must be the less than or equal to each Bn. That means if I construct B minus Bn, okay, B minus Bn, if Bn is monotonically increasing, okay, and I'll write Bn minus B if Bn is monotonically decreasing. See what happens there. If it is monotonically increasing, Bn is monotonically increasing, then it increase up to B. Monotonically increasing means B is greater than equal to Bn for all n, and monotonically decreasing means B is less than equal to Bn for all n. In both the cases, B minus Bn or Bn minus B, if it is increasing, then it is true, decreasing, then it is true. In both of the cases, un is greater than equal to 0 for all n, and it implies, and also limit n approaches to infinity un is limit n approaches to infinity B minus Bn or Bn minus B. In both the cases it is 0 because limit n approaches to infinity Bn is B in both of the cases. So what we have, limit n approaches to infinity un is 0, and un is the sequence of non-negative terms. Okay, also if we want to prove want to calculate un minus un plus 1, okay, then un minus un plus 1 is B minus Bn minus b minus bn plus 1 from this expression. If bn is increasing, and this is bn minus b minus bn plus 1 minus b if bn is decreasing. Okay, so in both of the cases, what do we get? un minus un plus 1 is, see, it is bn plus 1 minus bn if bn is increasing, and see from here it is bn minus bn plus 1 if bn is decreasing. See from this, bn when it is increasing, then bn plus 1 is greater than equal to bn. Increasing means the next term will be greater, means bn plus 1 is greater than equal to bn. And if it is decreasing, then bn is greater than equal to bn plus 1. It means in both of the cases it is greater than equal to 0. Okay, and it implies that un is greater than equal to un plus 1, and it implies un is monotonically decreasing, right? ठीक है, sequence of non-negative terms. This comes from where? It. This is non-negative and this is monotonically decreasing. So un is a monotonically decreasing, or you can say non-increasing sequence of non-negative terms. Okay, so again, what do we have? We have bn as, now we want to find out summation a and bn. Okay, so first we want to find the value of bn. The value of bn from here, take it from here. The value of bn from here, bn is b minus un. See, bn is b minus un if bn is increasing, and it is un minus b plus un. See, b plus un, bn is b plus un if bn is decreasing. Okay, it means a and bn is what? A and bn is b into an minus an into un if bn is increasing. Again, an b into an plus an into un if bn is decreasing. Okay, now from this part, see, if you want to calculate summation an bn, n varies from 1 to infinity, what it will be? An bn, n varies from 1 to infinity. It is, see, product with bn, summation n bn, taking summation n varies from 1 to infinity, ban minus summation n varies from 1 to infinity an un if bn is increasing, and it is summation n varies from 1 to infinity b into an plus summation n varies from 1 to infinity an un if bn is decreasing. So b is a constant independent of n. It will come out. So it is b into summation n varies from 1 to infinity minus summation an un n varies from 1 to infinity if bn is increasing, and this is b into summation n varies from 1 to infinity plus summation un n varies from 1 to infinity if bn is decreasing. Okay, in both of the cases, see, in the statement we are given that summation n is convergent, right? As summation n is convergent, so this part is convergent. Okay, now this series is equal to sum of these two series. Okay, and this part is convergent. So the convergence or divergence of this series depends upon the convergence or divergence of this series. Okay, now this is convergent if this is convergent, and this is divergent if this is divergent. Now to show that this series is convergent, it is sufficient to show that summation an un n varies from 1 to infinity is convergent, because this part is convergent. Okay, so it remains to show only that summation an un is convergent. For this, what we use? We know that summation an n varies from 1 to infinity is convergent. If it is convergent, then by Cauchy general principle of convergence, by Cauchy general principle of convergence, we have modulus of a n plus 1, a n plus 2 up to a n plus p is less than epsilon, given any epsilon. Okay, for all n greater than equal to m and p belonging to n. Okay, given any epsilon, there exists a positive integer m such that modulus of this is less than epsilon. This epsilon can be arbitrary. Okay, so we choose this epsilon as epsilon by u1. Okay, there exists a positive integer m such that epsilon can be any arbitrary positive, and we know that the un is a sequence of non-negative terms. So taking un as positive, we'll take here epsilon as epsilon upon un, or you can take it as epsilon star as epsilon by u1. Okay, now as the sequence un is monotonically decreasing, as the sequence un is monotonically decreasing, therefore by Abel's lemma, by Abel's lemma, which we did earlier in my previous lecture, I told in the remark, if there is a modulus sign, we multiply with the first term as an plus 1, then modulus of an plus 1, this sequence of partial sums which is bounded, and this is non-increasing sequence of non-negative real numbers, then by Abel's lemma it is an plus 2 un plus 2, which is ak bk, keep it in mind, ak uk, and so on up to an plus p un plus p. This is less than epsilon by u1 into the first term, which is multiplied by the first term un plus 1. And this un plus 1, this is non-increasing. Non-increasing means this is decreasing, so this is less than epsilon by u1 into u1, which is cancelled out. So we get summation an plus 1 un plus 1 an plus 2 un plus 2 up to an plus p un plus p less than epsilon for all n greater than equal to m, and this is by Cauchy general principle of convergence, summation an un n varies from 1 to infinity is convergent. This is all about Abel's test. In the next test, we shall discuss some examples related to it. Till then, keep watching. Thank you.